Welcome. By the way, thanks so much for joining us today for a webinar. I think everyone will kind of trickle in, but seeing as people are already here, I thought we'll start. So yeah, we're really excited to share a brand new feature with you guys, which is the Refund Protection, which we launched only a couple of weeks ago. So I'm Therese, the customer success lead here at Ticket Tailor. I'm probably spoken to quite a few of you before, so it's really lovely to see you here. And I'm joined today by George, who is our managing director, and our guest speaker, Liam from XCover. So I'm actually going to hand over to George to kick us off.
Cool. Thank you, Therese. And yeah, welcome everyone. Really excited to launch this to you. So we've got about half an hour today and yeah, quite a few bits to get through. So this is the agenda, just so everyone knows what we're going to work to. Therese obviously kindly done our introductions. Then we're going to have a very quick overview of what Refund Protection is, how it benefits you as the event organizers, but then also your customers and ticket buyers. What is and isn't covered, which is an obvious and big question that people usually have around these products. We'll also share some results from our trial that we've been running for the last couple of weeks now. How the implementation actually works, so how you'd use the feature in Ticket Tailor and what it would look like for your customers. Liam's going to give us a bit more background on XCover, who are our partner for this product. Then we're going to talk about commercials, and hopefully we'll have a few minutes at the end for questions as well. So I'm going to dive straight in and we'll rattle through these as quick as possible. So first of all, what is Refund Protection? You may have come across a version of this in your lives elsewhere, whether with ticketing or travel, transport, or hotels. But in the ticketing context, it's going to be an optional add-on for your ticket buyers. So it's something they can choose to have. And what it does is it protects against unforeseen circumstances for a small additional cost. So for a percentage of their ticket price, they can pay a little bit more and cover against some of those unforeseen circumstances, might be illness, transport issues, and then they'll get a full refund on their ticket if one of these things has happened to them. And we can talk about that in more detail later on. And as we'll cover as well, it's managed entirely by XCover. So for you as the event organizers, you have zero admin. You don't have to deal with any of the refund claims, and also zero revenue risk for you as well. So if someone does have a successful claim, then you're not covering their refunds. That's done by XCover and is all kind of part of the product. So yeah, we're really excited to see how this product's been rolled out on Ticket Tailor. We've had some great early results. But what's really important with this is can be confused with other products you might have seen around. So we just want to be really clear what Refund Protection isn't, as well as what it is. First of all, it's not an insurance product. We're not selling insurance to ticket buyers. The best way to think of it is an extension to your terms and conditions, which you may already have on your ticket. So it's allowing your ticket buyers to effectively have a more flexible ticket and pay a little bit more money for it. But it's not insurance which they're buying, which is really important. It's also not protection against event cancellation or changes. So if your entire event gets cancelled, then this protection isn't covering for that. It's focused on the ticket buyer's ability to turn up to your event, as opposed to whether the event happens or not. It's also not protection against changing their mind. So, you might be worried that this could be used for people who just decide, day before they don't want to turn up and expect a full refund. But it's not for that. It's for people who have legitimate reasons that they can't turn up to the event. And also the way we've rolled the product out as well, it's focused on their tickets, not additional kind of add-ons you might have. So things like T-shirts wouldn't be covered. It's if you're used to using the Ticket Tailor checkouts, anything that comes in that first bit when they're selecting their tickets, as opposed to add-ons and upsells. So important question then. So why does Refund Protection make sense for you as the event creators? And there's three main reasons that are really important, I think. So first of all is the protection effect. So XCover can talk to this as well, but a lot of research has shown that you're basically de-risking the purchase for your ticket buyers. And, it's a big trend that a lot of events are seeing, and we're definitely seeing it across the board, that ticket buyers are booking later and later and closer to the actual event start date. Something like Refund Protection kind of is a bit of an antidote to that, because you're de-risking that purchase. You're you can imagine a ticket buyer thinking, oh, well, maybe I won't be well in a few months' time, or maybe something will go wrong, or car broken down or something. Whereas this kind of de-risks that purchase, and we actually see improved conversion rates when refund protection is there as an option. Secondly, and we've had great feedback from this from the event organisers that have been trialing refund protection, but it reduces the admin on you as event organisers in two ways. One way is it simplifies any requests you get for refunds at the moment. So you know, as any event organizer does, probably on the day or the day after the event, you might get a lot of emails from people who, for some reason or another, couldn't make the event, and you kind of then have to engage in a dialogue on whether they're going to get a refund, and it's a very subjective thing. The great thing about refund protection is it makes it a very simple conversation. You know, did you buy refund protection? Yes or no. If you did, great, you can go and claim and get your money back. If no, I'm sorry, you can took the risk that you wouldn't get the refund, and you don't have to deal with them. And then secondly, the other obviously important point is when they do need to make a refund, you're not dealing with the admin. You're not having to check, you know, is it legitimate? Was the train actually broken down, or were they actually ill? You're passing all of that over to XCover to deal with it. So the feedback we're getting is actually saving not just kind of, you're seeing that improved conversion, but you're also saving admin time around refunds as well, which is brilliant. And then finally as well, which we're really excited about, is how we've rolled refund protection out. We're quite unique in the industry that we've decided to give event organizers commission basically for every ticket sold or every refund protection sold. So if you add refund protection to your box offices and to your events, it takes just a few minutes, as we'll look at in a moment. But on every time refund protection is purchased, there will be a kickback to the event organizers. So a really easy and quick way to make some additional revenue on your events, which we think will make a difference to some of the box offices in our platform. And then for your ticket buyers, so why refund protection makes sense for them. So probably a little bit more obvious, this one. So two main reasons. One, obviously it protects their money. So for a relatively small fee, a ticket buyer can protect the cost of their ticket against those unforeseen circumstances, which can happen in life. So there's that kind of confidence that, you know, if something is happening, you're going to be protected. And also it's just about that peace of mind on the actual day. So, you know, when something is going wrong, heaven forbid, knowing that, you know, that you don't have to worry about the actual tickets and your revenue as well, and you're definitely going to get that money back. And part of the reasons why we've dealt with XCover is just how easy that process is, and the terms are very simply set out, so you know you will be getting that money back if something's gone wrong. So I'll hand over to Liam here just to talk briefly about what actually is covered for their ticket buyers.
Thanks, George. Hey, everyone. I think George alluded to it quite well at a high level. You know, we're rarely protecting unforeseen circumstances which prevent customers from being unable to attend their events, unfortunately. So across the top here, we have some of the more common reasons. As I'm sure you can imagine, injury, illness are definitely the main reasons we see for customers being unable to attend their events. So we provide protection for the ticket holder or anybody in the party in case they can't attend the event, and we also cover pre-existing medical conditions. So in scenarios where there is a pre-existing medical condition, but at the time of booking, the customer is under no illusion that in the future they won't be able to attend, you know, their condition is stable. If for any reason prior to the event that condition flares up and they can no longer attend, then we will look to provide payouts and coverage for that. In a lot of scenarios, other providers don't tend to provide coverage there. Another fairly common reason for cancellation, unfortunately, is death. So in those scenarios, we will look to pay out where, you know, somebody within the party who's due to attend has passed away, but also any of their immediate families. So, you know, they don't necessarily need to be attending the event, but I'm sure if an immediate family member passes away, you know, you won't be in the right frame of mind to attend an event in many cases. So we would look to pay out, you know, super quickly and simply there. But also, you know, super common reasons, travel issues, which I'm sure we're all pretty familiar with in the UK at least. You know, issues with transport, whether that be train strikes, broken down vehicles, things like that, delays with flights if we have customers coming from overseas, and also adverse weather, again, something fairly common in the UK. So if there is, you know, snow, frost, fog, things like that, which prevent you from being able to attend the event, then we'd pay out for those. So ultimately, these are the main reasons we see for cancellation. But we do also cover some more uncommon reasons, so jury service, burglary at the residence being made compulsory, redundant, and a few more as well. So whilst those scenarios at the bottom there on the left aren't the most common, they do certainly happen out, and we do have the coverages there. I think George touched quite well on kind of what's not covered. So things like a change of mind, if you have work on the weekend of the event, which you wasn't aware of, and things like that. Unfortunately, those scenarios, aren't things we cover. It is really those predefined unforeseen circumstances, which really force you to cancel that we're covering.
Awesome. Cheers, Liam. Thanks for that. Yes, then we just wanted to share some of the early results from our trials. So I think it's been live since mid-June. So yeah, nearly a few months now. And we worked with some of our larger UK clients who were really excited about this product. And yeah, the findings have been great. So we've already had over 5,000 orders adding refund protection to their tickets. And what we're really excited about is this actually represents a 24% attachment rate, which we've been really surprised by. Is definitely higher than we thought. So this effectively means, for every 100 people that are going through the checkout and buying a ticket, 24 of them are adding refund protection and taking, that additional kind of flexibility on their ticket. And for one event organizer, it's actually been as high as 29%. So there are a few factors which probably will lend an event to being more applicable for this. So tends to be a kind of sweet spot with ticket price. If there's likely to be maybe a bit of travel involved. So if people are coming from, maybe an hour or two around, and they maybe are getting on trains or taking longer car journeys. And then the type of event and the genre as well can have an impact as well. So there's a real range of what we expect to see, and we give you really good reporting on this in the product as well. So you'll see in your dashboard what the attachment rate is for your box office as well. I guess this kind of alludes to it. The average order size we're seeing. So this isn't ticket price. There might be 3 or 4 tickets in here, but it is around £116. So kind of high enough that protecting your ticket makes sense and would be valuable to you, but not so high that I guess the protection itself is starting to get expensive. Great. So now we want to share a little bit on what the implementation actually looks like in the product. Before Therese is going to take us through that, though, I just want to explain kind of there's obviously 3 parties involved in the sale of this product and kind of what everyone's role is, I guess, within that. So first of all, is you guys, the event creators. Obviously, it's your events. So once turned on, refund protection will be an add-on available. So it will be an extra step in the checkout, and we'll show you what that actually looks like on a box office in a moment. And then the event organizer will be the seller and merchant and record as well. So when the refund protection is sold, all of the money with the ticket revenue lands in your Stripe, PayPal, or Square account the same way as if someone's buying a ticket at the moment. So the money lands in your account, and then the fees for it are taken out in the same way that we invoice and take payment for your standard ticket fees at the moment. So then Ticket Tailor, our role, probably quite obvious, but we've obviously spent a long time building this integration. So the project's actually been going on for 12 or 18 months in the background, with various kind of sprints on the tech team as well. So building the integration's obviously been the priority, but then also maintaining it. So lots of effort, obviously, we're going to be putting to ensuring it's a smooth customer experience, those high attachment rates that I mentioned, but also really easy to manage for you guys on the back end as well. I kind of, as with a lot of Ticket Tailor features, the less you kind of have to worry about it or think about it, the better in our eyes. So that's definitely our goal with refund protection as well. And then XCover is providing the pricing information. So part of how our integration works is XCover tells us the price that we should be charging for the refund protection. And then obviously they're administering all the claims and making the payouts as well directly to the customers. So everyone's kind of got a slightly different role in the process. And it all kind of works together. But for the ticket buyer, for them, it's a very kind of seamless experience where they're just buying their refund protection, and then they will see the XCover brand, which is providing the admin behind it as well. So Therese, do you want to take us through how it actually is activated for the box offices?
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, we're gonna have to take a look at how kind of it works from your ticket data dashboard. So first of all, you will need to make sure your tax details all set up. So refund protection is a VATable product here in the UK. So this step is like really important for clear reporting. And as you can see, hopefully from the screenshot, but you'll be able to actually choose how the VAT shows up on checkout as well. So whether you want it to be displayed as inclusive, exclusive, and whether you actually want the ticket buyer to see it. So secondly, you will need to add your company details, of course, your UK VAT registration number, and accept the terms and conditions before setting it live.
Yeah, it's worth just adding there as well. So at the moment, the product is currently only available for UK businesses that are VAT registered as well. So this is kind of our first stage of the rollout, and we will be rolling out in other jurisdictions. As we kind of move onwards with it. But for the time being, it's just UK VAT registered businesses.
Awesome. So then actually the nice thing is refund protection doesn't have to be turned on for all your events. So if you just want to test it out for, one-off event, you can disable the feature for your other events. So once the account is verified, then the refund protection will be visible, like automatically appear on your checkout. And again, not only can you kind of enable, disable depending on the event, but just as a whole, like if you feel after, a couple months that it's not working for you, you have the option to disable the feature completely from your box office. Right, so yeah, on the reporting side, so you'll be able to track all of your refund protection sales, like right from the Ticket Tailor dashboard. We've made sure to create like a dedicated refund protection dashboard even. So like all the billing information and reporting is in one clear view for you, and it's super easy to kind of export and reconciliate with all your other orders. So next is what it will look like on actual for your customers on checkout. So an extra step is added to the checkout, but this is actually only after the ticket and the custom details have been entered, because when building it, we want to make sure it's the highest chance of conversion. So that's why it's kind of once the almost like hard part is done by the customer, they can simply choose whether to have the protection or not, and it is always optional. So we never kind of pre-select for the customer and kind of try and lure them in. So it is up to them to choose to opt in. And we've tried to keep the checkout really as simple as possible. Like there's just clear explanation of what's covered, and there's a link to kind of full terms if they want to read further into it. In terms of kind of the emails, they do get a separate email from XCover, like alongside their regular Ticket Tailor order confirmations, which you've set up. And also one nice little thing is that if they do have a 14-day kind of cooling period to cancel their refund protection, and that's entirely also handled by XCover. So not you as the event organizer, so the admin is not on you again. Cool. And then with that, I guess that's kind of giving you a bit of brief overview of what it looks like Ticket Tailor, and then I'll hand it over to Liam, who can take you through XCover and a bit more detail about that.
Perfect. Hey again, everyone. I think we spent the first 15-20 minutes talking about how the product works and how it works with Ticket Tailor specifically. So we just wanted to take a couple of minutes to shed some spotlight on the brand actually behind XCover, which is Cover Genius. And you can see our logo there in the top right. So just quickly some insight into Cover Genius. We're a global insurtech for embedded protection. We're a digital company. We partner with digital companies around the globe. And with that, we have offices situated around the globe too. So in the likes of New York, San Francisco, London, Amsterdam, Sydney, and a few other hubs as well. Our vision is to protect customers of digital companies. And this is achieved through our distribution platform, which is XCover. Just to distinguish between XCover and Cover Genius, as I appreciate it can be a little bit confusing. The way to look at this is XCover is essentially the consumer-facing brand for Cover Genius. So anytime we have a ticket buyer or a customer in a vertical interacting with our product or submitting a claim or something like that, they're always going to see XCover. But behind the scenes, this is ultimately powered by Cover Genius. But all in all, our products, our solutions are entirely driven by our partners. Our partners make this possible. So the likes of Ticket Tailor, by integrating our products into the platform, and also our organizers as well, who trust us with offering our products to their customers. And here we just have a quick snippet of some of our other partners around the globe as well. So some pretty recognizable brands on here. We've got Uber, where we have a protection product which protects drivers if they're ill and can't work for a few weeks, where they can get their money back. Amazon, where we cover retail products, so the likes of laptops and phones and things like that if they're damaged or need repair. Access, probably another recognizable ticketing brand for a lot of you, where we have some protection products similar to what we have live with Ticket Tailor. Turkish Airlines, where we've got travel products, so travel insurance and things like that. And last but not least, Ryanair, which I'm sure if any of you have booked a flight in the last few years, you've very likely seen XCover products either in path when booking your flight or when checking in. Cool, but just back to ticketing quickly, we just wanted to quickly outline some of the products that we have available in the market. So on the left here is the product that's currently available through Ticket Tailor, which you've kind of gone through. But we do also have some more unique coverages as well available through other partners, and you never know in the future if the demand is there. We may also have some of these products become available through Ticket Tailor, but things like cancel for any reason. So this is more suitable to event organizers where they're not overly stressed or concerned about having an empty venue or empty seats and things like that. They're more concerned about the customer having full flexibility. In those cases, cancel for any reason makes sense. And then things like festival cover and full experience cover. This works well if event organizers are seeing that customers are losing their phones at events, or their phones are being stolen, or if they're seeing that flights are being cancelled to and from their events and things like that. We have protection available for those. And then also things like season ticket protections as well, where we're protecting individual tickets throughout the season, so that if they can't attend one game or one event, then they're able to get a refund on that one specifically. And here we just have a super quick overview of our claims platform. The great thing about our platform is that it essentially results in an NPS score of plus 65, which in the market is industry leading. We do have a demo on the right, sorry. We won't play that right now, but we are going to share this presentation offline, where you'll be able to kind of see the end-to-end process from buying protection through to submitting the claim, which is super simple. And we've got some quick bullets on the left, kind of outlining some of the benefits of our platform. We typically see that it takes a few minutes to actually submit a claim, so it's super simple. And just a nice slide to kind of wrap this section up on is our Trustpilot reviews. So we have over 50,000 reviews. We're at 4.6, which is pretty positive. I think of those 50,000 reviews, over 90% of those are 4-star or above. So yeah, pretty good reflection of our service. And I think, George, it would probably be good to get your thoughts on whether this played any kind of role in your selection of a protection provider. I'm sure you had many providers queuing up to partner with you. So is this something that you guys took a look at?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's definitely one of the key reasons we went with XCover. Like, as you know, being an event, your relationship and the experience your ticket buyers are going to have is absolutely crucial. And we felt like quite a big responsibility here to find a partner that would meet the expectations of our event organizers. And something like Trustpilot is a great way to kind of check and kind of see in real life how their service is being received. And yeah, the amount of reviews and the amount of 5 stars of real people talking about their experiences of it being really quick and really fair was definitely one of the key reasons we went with XCover. And yeah, again, the feedback so far from the trial is definitely married up with this, which is brilliant. Cool. I'm just aware of time then, so we've got about 5 minutes or so left. So I'm going to rattle through some of the commercials just to give you an understanding of yes, how the money works, basically, kind of what it would look like for a typical ticket. And then if we've got a couple of minutes, might be able to take 1 or 2 questions. So earning commission, how does it work? So Refund Protection is currently just priced at a flat 8% of the ticket cost, irrespective of the ticket value. Over time, we do plan to make this more dynamic based on maybe how close the refund protection is being bought to the actual event. But at the moment, it's just 8% of the ticket price. So £100 ticket, £8. if a ticket buyer purchases refund protection, 100% of the revenue will land in the same account as your ticket revenue, as I explained earlier, and then we take our fees via our normal billing process, leaving your commission in your account effectively as profit for selling the refund protection. So as the event organizer, you'll earn 10% commission on all sales. And we said earlier, average 24% of orders are currently attaching refund protection. So if your average order value is £40, you would be earning, every time refund protection is added, 32 pence. A great thing, and kind of what we've been speaking to the event organizers about so far, is comparing this to the Ticket Tailor fees. Depending on how you're using credits versus pay as you go, this can quite often be the same price as Ticket Tailor's fees. So effectively, every time you're seeing refund protected added, you're near enough covering all of the Ticket Tailor fees. So it makes a significant dent on the cost of ticketing, while it might not be something that totally changes the commercials of your business or event. To give you an idea of what that might look like for a kind of a medium-sized to large event, so if you're doing 10,000 tickets a year, average ticket price of £40, with that attachment rate, be making around £700 to £800, which is a significant amount of money. I think the thing here to probably double down on is how easy that is to do for you as the event organizer. It's literally a case of just going through the steps that Therese mentioned and turning this on, and then also those kind of secondary benefits as well. So the improved conversion, and then also the reduced admin as well, which obviously admin has a real cost to it as well. So all in all, those kind of three reasons have made it a really compelling product for the people we've tested with, and we're really excited about seeing the take up for it across the board. So despite that huge agenda at the beginning, we managed to get through it all in around 25 minutes or so. Therese, have you been fielding any questions? Is there any that have come through?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's quite a few questions. Hopefully a couple of them have already been answered while we're going through them. But one which I wanted to, I'm going to hopefully it'll work. Yeah. Yay. Okay. So Carrie had a question, which came up a few times, is why is this only available for VAT registered organizers and not non-VAT registered, including limited companies?
Good question. Yep. So we definitely will be extending it to non-VAT registered limited companies. This was, a kind of a simplicity thing, I think, at the moment for our initial rollout, was to do VAT registered, partly because it is a VATable product as well for the end customers, and then our fees have got VAT on them as well. So it's slightly simplified the rollout so far. But the kind of next phase of this, and we'll definitely communicate that to people, is when it's available for non-VAT registered businesses. It's important saying here though, and Liam, correct me if I'm wrong, it does have to be businesses. It can't be sole traders, and we also can't work with charities on this product as well.
Yeah, correct.
Perfect. So I saw a question come in just to double check. So it doesn't work. So it doesn't work for non-for-profit, just to confirm as well.
Worth messaging support about that. People definitely define not-for-profits in different ways. I think so. It would depend on the kind of legal entity that you're selling tickets for. But probably take that offline, and we can check that by support.
Awesome. And I think this one is, we covered this one, but I think it's just for reassurance, because I'm sure everyone wants to make sure that they're not, have to cover any of the costs. So if they get a refund, is all of it that is covered by XCover, or would we as the event organizer pay any of our income from the ticket back again?
Yeah, I can cover that one.
Yeah,
absolutely. So if customers have purchased the protection, they claim their refund through us. If they're approved, then it's entirely paid by us. So we wouldn't be directing customers back to organisers to get any fees back, and we certainly wouldn't be contacting organisers to get fees back ourselves. So whatever they've paid for, they're eligible to get back directly from XCover.
Awesome. I believe that's already past. George, should we take one more? Should we just?
We can do. Let's do one more, and then we can, close it off, I think.
Okay, great. So it's quite a long one, but it's rather quickly. So this is when buying basically group tickets. So Mouse is keen to understand how it works if someone's buying for friends. So if one person buys five tickets, but only one of them wants protection and four don't, at what happens at that stage?
Yeah, so the way it's built is covered the order. So when you get to that page where it's opt in or to opt out, it will be for the entire order and apply to all the tickets on that one. I would say, yeah, probably the workaround here is the one person who wants it buys their ticket separately to the 4 that don't, probably. But yeah, is for the whole order. And then Liam, if this isn't the question, but just to kind of take it on, if one person within a party of 5 makes a claim, how does that work?
Yeah, so good question. Yeah, if only one can't attend in a group of 5 friends, it's because they're ill or something like that. It's quite likely that the rest of the group will still want to attend. So in that case, we just give a refund for that 1/5 of the booking, so that one ticket, for example.
Cool, that makes sense. Great. So as I've put on this last slide, if you do have any questions, and we do realize, there might be some very specific questions to your organization about whether you can use this product or how it would work for your event, then yeah, please drop an email to hi@tickettailor.com or obviously support by your dashboard. The support team have been really well trained on this and have a really good level of knowledge. We've also got some great help docs on it as well. But equally, if it's a really complicated one, it will get escalated to Therese or one of the senior team, and we'll be able to get you an answer. But yeah, really excited to see the take up. And yeah, hopefully a few of you on the call will be looking forward to turning it on.
Cool. Thanks for joining, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
It's not answered.
you.
Question answers to separately. But yeah. Bye, guys.
Cheers.